Our Vegas fantasy. It's not what you think. Hello, folks, and welcome to another edition of Our Vegas Fantasy. It is now week 8. My name is Kenny Davidsen. I am sitting with my friend Christina Shaw.
How are you, Christina
Kenny.
Shaw? I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had better fantasy football weeks, but you know.
Oh man, how'd you do this week?
I did better than last week.
What'd you
Last
do
week
this
I went 0-4.
And this week?
This week 1-3. Hey! I'm moving up. I'm moving up, Las
We can
Vegas.
maybe get our way to 2-2 next week.
So frustrating. What are you gonna do? I can't. I'm 4-3, 3-4, 2-5, and 0-7. 0-7.
0-7. You know, you projected to win in that league by 50 points this week.
Funny.
Yeah.
Well, if I win, I won't be in last place anymore because I'm
you'll
going
knock
against
Lisa into
Lisa,
last
and I
place.
have more points than Lisa. So if I win this week, but I was projected to win last week too, and that didn't turn out so great.
Right.
How did you do, Kenny?
How did I do? So on a really rough week where I had a lot of things that went wrong, and it looked like I was heading to something epically bad, like 5-19 for the week, I ended up 10-14.
Nice.
I'll live with it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of Pittsburgh and Green Bay players, and they're on bye.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a bad week. I was projected to lose a lot. The good stuff is that all of my 1-5 and 2-4 teams won. All
Okay.
of them. So I have nothing worse than 2-5 at this point.
Must be nice.
It's not bad. Now I have two teams at 6-1, one at 5-2, and then the rest of my leagues are at 4-3 and 3-4.
Yeah.
I have so many mediocre teams, but I'm projected to have a very, very big week this week. So we'll see what happens. Now, I made the most epically horrible overthinking decision. I am a bad overthinker, and I have it written down on my phone. Stop overthinking. You think with 24 leagues, I would have time to not overthink things. Wrong, because when you're an overthinker, you're an overthinker. So here's what I did.
Oh, no.
Talk about overthinking. And this is, I don't mind overthinking like a bit of a start sit here and there, but a defense and a kicker, I just want to plug it in and be done with it, right? So I do my waiver pickups at midnight on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, which I always do. And I always do my defenses then because I don't put waiver claims in on defenses and kickers. I never do it. I don't like doing that. I think you do that. That's an after midnight thing. I don't want to waste my priority or money, fat budget, on a defense or a kicker. I think it's a bad move. So I do it all at midnight. And instinctively, I pick up the Denver defense in 4 leagues because they're playing Arizona. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Well, that's
right?
good.
So I have it done. So Wednesday comes around and I'm thinking, you know what? Denver's defense is playing like crap. They're on the road on Thursday Night Football. Arizona's defense is playing well, and Denver's offense hasn't been playing well. So you know what? I'm going to switch out Denver's defense for Arizona's defense and maybe another defense in other leagues. And what, of course, does Denver do on Thursday night? They absolutely ambush Josh Rosen, 6 turnovers, and they put up 32 points as a defense, all on waivers, except in one league where my opponent picked him up.
Oh, no. That's double whammy.
It's awful.
I'm sorry, Kenny.
So that's it. Don't overthink, and especially don't overthink your defense. 32 points is probably the highest total you're going to get from a defense all year long.
Yeah.
And it did not happen on my team. It cost me 2 wins for sure.
Oh.
The other 2 leagues, there's one league where I beat a Denver defense this week. It was really tough. I scored 180 and I beat the Denver defense. But the other, it definitely, and then the other 2 leagues where I lost because of that, it wouldn't have mattered. But there are definitely 2 leagues it cost me. So
it happens.
No, you know what? Stop overthinking. I have two things. Stop making start-sit decisions last minute and stop overthinking defenses and kickers and because they're just defenses and kickers.
Right, and they're just so unpredictable. That's
they are.
The thing.
Yeah, just set it and forget it. I hate that phrase, but it's true. Just do it. So anyway, highs of the week. I hope you've got Patrick Mahomes somewhere in your league.
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you?
I have him in a couple leagues. Man, I wish I had him more because he costs nothing, and he's right now the league winner at quarterback. He's been unbelievable. And I was up against him a lot this week, so he's unbelievable. I looked at his playoff schedule Because, our friend Tom, he's got him in every one of his leagues. I said, the only thing that might stop you is his playoff schedule. His playoff schedule, week 14, is Baltimore. That might be the 1 week he craps the bed.
I don't think so.
You don't think
I
so?
think
You
he's
think
one
his
of those
matchup-
quarterbacks, that are matchup. It doesn't matter.
You think he's matchup proof? You think
Yeah.
he's this good?
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
well.
I think so. Do you?
Look, Breeze got slowed down a little bit by Baltimore this week, but not stopped.
Right.
So, I don't know. Mahomes is still second-year quarterback. But I think, in all likelihood, he's matchup proof. Then they play the Chargers in week 15, which they always beat the Chargers. So, I think if you've got Mahomes, you've struck gold for the year. Good for you.
I think most fantasy football teams who have Mahomes are probably going to win.
They're probably pretty good right now. My 2 Mahomes teams are 4-3.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're winning a lot because of Mahomes.
Yep.
And of course, if you have Kareem Hunt, remember we were worried about him in week 1? Look what he's doing now.
Yeah, he
Good grief.
stole that show. Stole the show.
He's
going to have
terrific.
another great matchup too. Week 8 against the Broncos.
That's right. How about Marlon Mack? Did you pick Marlon Mack up anywhere?
I didn't, but he's still on waivers in my ESPN league, so I'm going to try to get him.
Can you get him? What's your priority level?
6 out of 10.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
The thing with Marlon Mack, though, he has a history of a couple of good weeks and then nothing, or getting hurt, or just be wary of that with Marlon Mack. He's not generally consistent,
But he's clearly the lead back there,
absolutely right.
so it's hard to not start a lead back,
This is true. No,
especially with the lots of splits in Philly and New England and everywhere. So
you have Trey Burton anywhere?
negative.
No, your former Eagle.
Actually, no. I do have Trey Burton in one league. I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. What a nice week he
Yes,
had.
he had a very nice week. I still lost, but he had a good week. Career best game.
Yeah, his career best game. He's
He's
gonna have.
Automatic weekly starter.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel Sanders, big game Thursday night, threw a touchdown pass.
That was awesome. That was really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
106 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 receptions, back-to-back 100-yard games. He did suffer an ankle injury, though.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about it yet.
Yeah.
And it's 5 days after the fact, so we have not heard a thing. He says he's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Let's
he
hope.
says he's just landed on it funny or
Yeah. Oh, if he got hurt, then
Something like that.
that would be disappointing. A good stash in Denver is Cortland Sutton. If you have room and he doesn't get picked up on waivers, he might be an after midnight special, Cortland Sutton, because there's rumors about Demaryius Thomas getting traded.
Well, Demaryius Thomas hasn't been that great this year. It's
He hasn't.
sad. And with if Sanders does have this nagging ankle injury, might be a good little after midnight special.
After midnight special. And on the bench for just about everybody,
I don't want to talk about it.
Deion Lewis!
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Finally shows up.
Kenny and I were texting at about 3:30 a.m. Saturday night, or Sunday morning, 3:30 a.m. And I'm thinking, I'm benching Deion Lewis, but I have this weird feeling. I don't know, because he hasn't played good. And Kenny said, I have a feeling he's going to have a great week. I'm going to put him in one league and take him out of one. And I sat him in both of my leagues, and I was going to do the same thing, and I didn't. And look what happened. I knew it. I knew it.
You knew it. You said it to me, and I was like, you know what? I have Chester Rogers in this spot, and I don't like Chester Rogers. Now, everybody that does fantasy, all the experts, they were high on Chester Rogers. But Chester Rogers has yet to perform when T.Y. Hilton's been in the lineup, and T.Y.'s going to play.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I got Lewis here. Screw it. I'm putting him in. And I did, and it worked.
So great.
And it was because of our conversation
That's
on Saturday.
awesome. Well, I'm glad
Yeah.
I helped
I
somebody.
was like, you know what? I'm putting him in, and it worked. So, yeah, you helped me. So there you go.
Well, he has a bye this week, so we don't have to worry about start or sitting him.
Yes.
But his effectiveness is just so unpredictable. And
It is.
that's what's so frustrating about having Deion Lewis.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. And, Derrick Henry showed up this week, too. He actually scored.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and it landed on a lot of waiver wires. So, and now, time for Who Crapped the Bed? Did you crap the bed? Did I crap the bed? Did Gronk leave his bed? We all want to know who crapped the bed. Crap the bed!
Gronk left the bed.
don't
That
think he
was
left
great.
his bed. I think he stayed in bed
I
this
think
week.
he stayed in bed.
He
Yeah.
stayed home. Who crapped the bed? You know who crapped the bed this week? Zeke.
He's good. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a rare one, though. You know the one thing about Zeke? He has one game of 20 points or more this year. It's all under 20. Interesting thing with Zeke this year. I mean, now Dallas's offense stinks.
They're just horrible.
However, they trade for Amari Cooper. They trade a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, which is asinine. But will he help Zeke? Will he open up the team?
No.
You don't see it?
I'm making a funny face right now.
You are making a funny face. If you saw Christina Shaw, you'd be like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
Are you bleeping kidding me?
No, I don't.
You don't see it.
Dallas right now is a run-heavy offense. And I think Zeke just had a bad week. The Redskins knew that.
Mm-hmm.
They were only going to go to him because that's all they have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't we'll talk about Amari Cooper a little bit later, but I don't necessarily think Cooper's going to help Dallas at all. I think there's no hope for Dallas, honestly, minus Zeke. I don't think Cooper's going to help anyway. But, again, Zeke's going to have up and downs. Comes with the territory.
And they're on bye this week. So we'll see. They have a good week to get ready. How about Amari Cooper? 2 straight bye weeks.
Yeah, right?
I mean, basically, his whole year's been a bye week.
Yeah.
So,
Minus 2 games.
Yeah,
I think he had
except for 2 games.
two good
Yeah,
games,
so.
that I benched him because he did horrible.
Yeah.
And he has the good games.
How about Mark Ingram not coming through now? They're playing Baltimore. They played Baltimore this week, and now they're going to Minnesota. That's going to be a real interesting game. But Mark Ingram, not such a good week.
He leads the team in touches. That's the weird thing. But it's just, you don't really know where the ball's going to go with it.
Yeah. And Kamara's production has definitely slowed down since Ingram's been back.
Right.
Kamara was RB1 or maybe RB2 next to Gurley, but he's last two games has not been close to that. Still very good, but nothing close to that. We were all high on Peyton Barber, and bleh.
Apparently he has this undisclosed injury that no one wants to talk about, and that's concerning to me.
It's very concerning.
Nobody's saying
He
anything.
didn't play the fourth quarter.
No.
Yeah.
Coaches aren't saying anything. He's not saying anything. We got no information, so we don't even know what to tell you about Peyton Barber right now.
Might be Ronald Jones the second time in Tampa Bay. We're going to talk about that later on.
Jaquise Rogers.
I mentioned Jaquise Rogers. We don't talk about him. He's not a great player. He's, but last couple of years, he gets in the lineup and he produces.
Yeah.
I'd keep an eye on him.
They have no hope in the running game anyway.
They don't.
Let's be
I don't know how they
honest.
pulled that game out this
Let's
week.
be honest.
But they did. Marquise Goodwin. What happened? 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable. Last week, nothing.
Yep.
That was my Seinfeld voice. What are you talking about? My up here.
He received all the attention from the defense, though.
Yeah.
And he's the second on the team in targets. I don't think it's... I think San Fran just stinks.
Yeah. And they're going to Arizona this week.
Right.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Have fun with Patrick Peterson, who wants to be traded.
Exactly.
So, and a guy who I love, but who he's tailed off a little bit, Kenny Golladay.
He had a bad game. You can't sit Golladay. I'm not concerned about this. I love Golladay. There's no problem with that. He had a bad game, but he crapped the bed. Worst game of the year.
And the thing is with Golladay, you don't know if it's going to be Tate or Golladay every week, and you can't play both of them. It's like
I play both of them.
Yeah, and your own 7.
Is that the league I play both of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
you're
don't
right.
think you can start both of them. I think you got to kind of go with one and sit the other, or trade one of them. I have them both in one league too, and I'm in a situation where I might need to start both of them, and I don't want to. And they're playing Seattle this week. I don't want to start both of them.
They both contribute, and they both get points. I can't rationalize sitting one of them because you don't know which one to sit. It's a coin toss. They are literally in rankings, back to back.
Well, I would never sit Tate under any circumstances. Golladay, I feel like it's a matchup thing. It depends who he's up against. If he's up against a hot corner or something. Tate is a guy I just would never sit under any circumstances. Tate's great, But Golladay, he still has very high yardage totals. He's a beast.
I know. Yeah.
Well, we'll decide.
I don't know.
We got to start sit. We have a start sit issue with him this week, which we're gonna bring up.
All right.
And on the heels of who crapped the bed, what the hell do we do with the Philadelphia backfield?
I don't
Miss
know.
Eagle fan over here. What do we do?
I don't know. Steve and I were talking about this, and we were both higher on Smallwood than we were on Clement. Smallwood leads the team in carries. He had that huge run, about 40 or 50-yard run that got called back by a penalty. I'm screaming at my TV, yes, and then no. Very upset about that. Then this Adams guy shows up out of nowhere. Who is this? He was the most effective runner that they had. Now Sproles is going to be back this week.
Is he going to be back this week?
Yeah. So it's like, Smallwood's droppable at this point. I feel like
might be. Is Clement droppable?
I don't even know what to do with them anymore.
I wouldn't drop Clement. I definitely wouldn't drop Clement. I'd actually drop Smallwood in the league. Smallwood just isn't great. That's the thing with Smallwood. He's not a great player.
Yeah.
You know, like he's very limited, and he's a backup. Clement is going to get run.
Yeah.
You know, but if Sproles is playing, yeah, no.
Do you play Clement if Sproles is going to be in?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
No.
I don't think you do. You're right. It's a mess. I think if you're stuck with those players, you got a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with the bye weeks coming up, I mean, you might have to. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're stuck, and you have to make some decisions here. Yeah, I would. I think Smallwood's droppable. I don't think Clement is. That's where I would go.
I agree with you.
Yep. What do you do with Corey Davis if you own him?
I don't drop him. Speaking of dropping, he's been having some dropping issues here.
Yes, he sure has.
3 out of 7. He's
Wow.
caught 3 passes.
Wow.
Out of 7.
Yeah. He's had one good game all year.
Less than 50%.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not acceptable. Your job is to catch a ball. You are a wide receiver.
Yeah.
If you are not catching the ball, this is a serious problem.
Tennessee's passing offense is a disaster.
They're just
anyway.
right, exactly.
Yeah. I think in a 10-teamer you can drop them. I think in a 12-teamer, it really depends on your options out there. There's not. It depends what's out there. Like if Geronimo Allison was out there, like if somebody dropped him this week and because he was on bye, and if he's available and you could drop Corey Davis for Geronimo Allison, I'll do that in a heartbeat. But if it's you're really digging deep out there, then what's the point?
Right.
So hold on to him because he's talented, but he hasn't played well and he's on a crappy offense.
Well, they have a bye this week, and then they play Dallas next week. You're not going to play.
True.
You're not going to play him against Dallas.
Right.
You play him after, then they have the Colts, the Patriots. You can play him against those, but do you really want to hold on to him for 2 weeks?
I don't know.
With all these buys coming up,
Yeah.
It's definitely depends on your lineup for sure.
I think you're going to see him pop up in a lot of waiver wires this week for sure. Obviously, you're not dropping David Johnson, but what do you do with David Johnson? Are you bullish on David Johnson because they changed the offensive coordinator? Do we think he's going to get it going? Or is that team just crappy with a quarterback who is not ready but is playing?
I think it's a little bit of everything, honestly. I think fantasy owners should be happy with the change, for sure. Hopefully he's going to be more involved in the offense. You can't drop him.
You trade him? I mean, you're selling low. You're still selling low on him. I offered Tevin Coleman for him in a league, and the guy didn't answer me. Would you make that deal? If you had David Johnson, you can get Tevin Coleman back. Would you make that deal?
No, because I kind of want to see what he's going to do with the new
too.
offensive coordinator.
I agree. I think it's worth a week.
Yes.
If they actually throw the ball to him, if they give him, some passes, for goodness sake, he's not catching anything.
It's a shame that the top 5 running backs that we drafted early in the season, most of them are crap in the bed.
Well,
minus Gurley.
Kamara's 5, so Kamara is doing well. Zeke is so-so.
6.
David Johnson's so-so, and obviously Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the late first round had Barkley and Gordon. So how about that?
Goes to show you.
It goes to show
You
you just
never know.
don't know.
You just don't know.
Yeah. So how about the waiver wire this week? It's not a great waiver wire this week, but there are some options. We don't know what's going on with LaShawn McCoy, so Chris Ivory's an option, but Chris Ivory's a little banged up too. But he had a good run this week when McCoy got hurt. You picking up Chris Ivory?
Desperately, yes.
Okay.
I think he's just a 1-week play.
Right.
So if you need him for 1 week for a bye, because is LaShawn definitely going to be out?
We don't know.
We still don't know.
Concussion protocol. We just
Right.
don't know.
Yeah. if LaShawn McCoy is definitely going to be out, you need Chris Ivory for 1 week. It's a good call.
However, they're playing New England this week. So they could be getting their rear ends kicked.
Yeah, but with all the buys, it's what? It's him or Smallwood? Would you rather have Smallwood or
No,
Ivory?
you're right. I'd rather have Ivory.
Right.
Absolutely right.
Yep.
Last week, I think we brought up Raheem Mostert. He was not picked up a lot, and he had another good week. And Matt Breida can't stay healthy, and Alfred Morris stinks. Are you picking up Raheem Mostert? Sorry.
If Breida is out, yes. And I start him if Breida is out. But we don't know if Breida is out or not.
I want Mostert on my rosters. I do.
Yeah?
I want him there. He's not my priority pickup this week, but he's up there. If he's available, he's shown now in 2 weeks that he's pretty damn good, and coaching staff likes him. Breida can't stay healthy, even though Breida's the guy. He can't really stay on the field.
Yeah.
I think Mostert's a guy you need to have.
And they're playing an Arizona run defense that's horrible.
Absolutely right.
So he can get the bulk. He's going to get the bulk of the touches against them.
Yeah, no, I think he's a guy you need to go get. Absolutely. 10-team league, 12-team league. I think you should have him on your roster.
Do you start him if Breida is in?
Wow, that's tough.
That was quite the face.
It's all on your options.
Yeah.
It's whatever your options you have.
Mozart, Smallwood, or Ivory?
Mozart, huh?
Mozart.
Yeah. Mozart, Beethoven, or Chopin. What do you think, folks? Yes. How about that? Yeah. Mostert or Ivory? Is that what you're asking?
Or Smallwood?
I'm not starting Smallwood. And they're playing Jacksonville. They're playing Jacksonville this week, too.
Yeah,
and not that Jacksonville's defense has been any good this year. But, yeah, I might go with Mostert out of those three.
If Breida is playing?
Yeah, I still might do it. Yeah. Shanahan goes to those running backs. That's his offense. I might do it. It's again looking at options. Ivory scares me this week because they're playing New England. It scares me. They could be blown out of that game. You may not get the ball at all. And they also got a guy named Murphy that's behind Ivory that you just don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Now, the lovely, wonderful fire sale cesspool of an Oakland Raiders team, who now has traded Amari Cooper. They should just have a for sale sign on that team for the entire team, that entire roster.
That's so sad.
But what is sad, I know he's not one of your favorite players, but Marshawn Lynch is on IR, and Marshawn was good, and the thing is, Marshawn was getting the ball. Somebody's going to get the ball in Oakland, and it looks like it could be our old friend Doug Martin.
Does anyone really want Doug Martin?
It's not about whether you want Doug Martin. Nobody wants Doug Martin because he's not great, but somebody's getting the ball there. And Gruden likes to run the ball. So it's about fantasy production. I'm not spending waiver priority on him, but if he's out there, he can help your roster.
Yeah.
Right?
Gruden's reportedly high on Martin and believes he's ready for increased involvement, but is he really going to improve your fantasy team? No.
If he gets 90 and a touchdown, he is.
Well, yeah, but what are the chances of that?
No, they're playing the Colts this week.
This is true.
Richard
has better numbers, though.
Richard is the pass-catching back. He's a better PPR play,
right.
But he's still the hurry-up third down guy.
Right.
And there are weeks when Oakland is going to have the lead. I don't know when Oakland's ever going to have the lead again. But if they do, Richard's not going to be the guy there. That's Martin.
Right.
And, this is a week. They have Indianapolis in Oakland this week. So you don't know. This could be a Martin week. This could be the week that Martin goes off and then Martin doesn't do anything for the rest of the year.
Or Martin doesn't do crap and Richard gets the ball.
Right.
And now it's Richard's.
We just have no idea.
No, you have no idea.
You need to get a piece of that backfield, though, because it's just the reason we talked about Marlon Mack. It's a backfield, and you need a piece of it. So
maybe try to get one or the other, stash them on your bench, see what happens. Kind of like with the Smallwood Clement.
I did a lot of stashing this past week with those two. I didn't pay for it, but I kind of just buried them on my bench. I saw Martin available everywhere. So I was like, all right, I'll just go get him, and I didn't have to pay for it. So why not? So I actually have Martin in like 5 leagues because, I don't think I'm starting him anywhere this week because I kind of want to see. Although there's one league where I have nothing. So I might have to do it.
It's worth a stash.
Yeah. So now Sony Michel We'll get to his injury later, but it looks like he escaped major injury. Thank goodness, because he's been so good this year, and you hope for the best for that guy. It looked so bad.
I love that name, Sony.
Yeah, right?
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Anyway,
absolutely.
Sorry, off topic.
I'm going to name my kid Panasonic. Kenyon Barner, sorry. You're a guy, another former Eagle.
Yep.
Where are these former Eagles showing up in random teams this year?
Super Bowl champs. Want
yeah.
a little piece of the ring.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
Wow. It's hilarious talking to Eagle fans this year.
Oh, whatever.
They're 1 win in 155 years.
Whatever. We still have the last win, so that doesn't matter.
Well, not this year you don't.
Well,
that
we do have
That was an awful game on Sunday.
I know. How do you bust a 17-point lead? The Philadelphia Eagles. That's how. My dad called me. He said, "My ankles are hurting from jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, my dad. He even said, he's on the East Coast, and the game is at 9:30. East Coast, 6:30 a.m.
Right.
West Coast time. They're playing the Jags this week, right? Yeah.
In London. And
my dad said, the game starts at 9:30, and I don't even know if I'm going to get up. I was like, Dad, 9:30, that's not that bad. 6:30, that's bad.
I was going to say, you're not getting up.
I can't. I'm going to a concert. I have 2 gigs. I just can't. I'm going to need to sleep. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to watch any football. If I wake up 3 hours later, I'm going to be falling asleep during the 7 games that are on.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry.
No, but
Kenyon Barner.
we're talking about the Eagles too. I still think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East.
I think so too.
I think they'll find a way. They'll find. They may win that division at 9-7, but I think they're gonna still win the division.
Well, the division's horrible. That's a whole nother.
I mean, do we really believe the Redskins are the best team in the division?
No.
And the Cowboys are the Cowboys. They stink.
Yeah, they do stink.
They do. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yeah. Wow. I know more Cowboy fans than that. So yeah, Kenyon Barner. Are you picking up Kenyon Barner?
No, I don't know.
They also might sign Mike Gillislee again, which means you definitely aren't picking up Kenyon Barner.
Right. And they released Kenyon Barber about a month ago.
Yeah.
And they brought him back. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
They need somebody.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, fine, we'll bring this guy back. But do they really want him? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yep.
I think they just need kind of another insurance policy. And they needed somebody, so he already knows the offense. Might as well bring him back. But they released him. What is that telling you?
Yep, I agree. I don't think he should. I think you can pass on him. Benjamin Watson had a great week. We talk about the cesspool that is tight end. It's not so much of a cesspool, but I'll tell you what. If you only carry one tight end and you've got a bye week, or you had Gronk and he got hurt, and you were stuck starting Charles Clay in 3 leagues this past week.
Or Cameron Brate.
Oh, man. I tried Gerald Everett in the league. I'll tell you the Gronk story. The Gronk screwed me this week. I remember, how much we're talking in August about not owning Gronk. And of course, I don't listen to myself. And I have Gronk in 3 leagues. And boy, did he screw me this week. But now, are you picking up Benjamin Watson?
He's streamable against the Vikings this week. I would if I needed a tight end. I'm not playing. If Gronk, I think Gronk's playing, but I'm not starting Cameron Brate again. I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm. But he's not available in most of my leagues.
Really, Watson's not?
No,
he's available in a lot
not
of
in my
leagues.
ESPN. Not in one of our leagues. I looked.
Really?
So I know for sure 2 out of 4 of the leagues that I'm in. I don't know what his percentage owned is, but
I think Watson is like the streaming tight end that's not going to be owned a lot. That like he's the guy if you need a bye week fill in. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the guy that's like passed around among 5 different teams this league, in your fantasy league this year. I wouldn't go out of my way to go get him. That's for sure. So
agreed.
And of course, after midnight.
Oh.
Yes, it's after midnight.
Oh.
And it's Tuesday. And you're feeling in the mood to pick up players. Who's going to help you this week?
Who's going to leave the bed in the morning?
Not Gronk.
Oh, that was good, Kenny.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Martavis Bryant might sneak through waivers tonight. And that I think he will. Look, he's not a great player, but you trade Amari Cooper, somebody's got to get the ball. Christina is rolling her eyes. If only there were a camera. Yeah. Look, again, Look, nobody wants to have this guy on your team. Again,
Right.
it's all about somebody's going to get the ball. He might be sitting there.
He has yet to catch more than 4 passes. Do you really want Bryant?
No, but he might be sitting there, and he might need a wide receiver for the week.
True. There's better wide receivers, I feel like, though, especially on your benches.
Possibly. By the way, Jordy might have been dropped in a lot of leagues. I mean, look.
I didn't drop him.
Well, I know you didn't. I had to because I had bye week issues this past week. He won't be available after this week. He won't be available after tonight. He's going to be widely owned. Look, Jordy hasn't looked great. He's had one really good game. He's been very touchdown dependent. He's still the red zone guy. But you trade Amari Cooper, somebody got to get the ball. Jordy's going to get the ball.
Jordy's going to get the ball more than Bryant's going to get the ball.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's not an after midnight guy though. He's you have to put waivers on him.
Right.
Absolutely. But Martavis Bryant might slip through. Another little guy. Not little.
Not little.
No, another guy who's been under the radar. Chris Herndon, tight end for the Jets. We're talking about the cesspool that is tight end. He's starting to get some run.
I'd
in New
rather
York.
him over Bryant. He has 2 straight touchdown games.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a flex that allows a tight end in there, like I do in my ESPN. I would rather him than Bryant, honestly.
Yeah. And if your league doesn't have tight end in its flex, you need to tell your commissioner to get tight end into their flex.
I do like that.
Yeah, I have one. We know our Vegas league. I didn't change that. I kept it at and it was just an oversight. It wasn't on purpose, but that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I like
that's something
that.
I got to be reminded. All your flex spots should have every option other than quarterback, unless you're playing the super flex. But that's another story.
Right.
But
I have a couple more after midnights.
oh yeah, what you got?
Amendola.
Danny Amendola after midnight.
Oh, nice. I like him. Traquan Smith.
Oh, I don't think he'll be available on a midnight thing.
No?
Oh, no. I think he's a great pickup, but I think you got to spend on that.
You think you got to spend?
Yeah, absolutely. Second wide receiver in New Orleans. I think you got to spend for that.
All right.
But no, absolutely the right player. I agree with him. I mean, he should be owned. Is he available in your leagues?
I think so. Yeah,
Really?
but in 10 team.
Yeah. Well, you know what? In a 10-teamer, he might sneak through.
Right.
I mean, definitely. Yeah, he belongs.
Yeah.
He should not be on waivers.
And one more.
Yeah.
I don't know how to clearly pronounce his name. The tight end from Cincinnati.
Oh, Uzama.
Uzama.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Tampa Bay. They're going against Tampa Bay, giving up the most fantasy points to tight ends.
Yep.
Nice.
No, absolutely right. No, you start your tight ends against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice little.
If Christina Shaw is playing tight end and they're playing Tampa Bay, you are starting Christina Shaw. She's a heck of a tight end, let me tell you.
Hey.
Boom-ts. I didn't even mean it like that. I just meant it in football terms. Anyway. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, Uzama is pretty good.
Uzama.
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 That's another great name. A lot of great names.
Hi, there it is.
CJ Uzama.
Sony.
Absolutely.
All right.
There you go. How about, so we talked about the Amari Cooper trade to Dallas. There's not much to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of lost for words for it. I can't believe Dallas spent a first round pick on Amari Cooper.
Who's really been great after being traded midway through the season?
Wow, that's a tough question.
Right. Nobody. There hasn't been that many wide receivers traded mid-season, but think about it. And Prescott is not aggressive throwing downfield.
Nope.
So I have no hope for Cooper. I think it's about the same hope as I had when he was on Oakland. Kind of like what's going to happen? What do you do with him? Where does he fit in this offense?
I'd be very surprised if the light goes on and all of a sudden he becomes this great player now that he's in Dallas. I would be very surprised by that. I don't think that you changed the guy. I think that he is kind of who he is, which is a wide receiver who we've heard has confidence issues, has drop issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a head case.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Yeah, I'm trying to think about players that in season. But, this whole thing about trading players in season it's more of a new thing. It hasn't been happening, but the last couple of years it's happened a lot.
I kind of like it. It makes it a little interesting.
I love it. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, we could put Josh Gordon on that list.
Right.
Josh Gordon's been very good lately.
Right.
But no, for the most part, I mean, Ajayi was a disappointment last year. He got traded to Philadelphia.
There you go.
There you go, right? So, interesting point. And speaking of that, Carlos Hyde traded to Jacksonville. Did you get Nick Chubb anywhere?
No.
Nick Chubb is the.
I tried to.
Yeah.
I didn't get him on.
You put a stab in him in the New York League, and the Chief got him. There's your shout out, Chief.
Of course he did.
Yes, of course he
First
did.
place.
Yes. Yeah, he's got a great team, and now he gets even better with Chubb.
Whatever.
Well, he lost Michelle for a couple weeks, so he needed Chubb. Yeah, and now what do you do? Here's a big what do you do with Carlos Hyde? Do you own Carlos Hyde anywhere?
I do not.
I own him a lot.
You going to play him this week?
I have to read practice reports.
Right, and they're going to London.
And they're playing the Eagles.
Yeah.
And, you know, Yeldon's been pretty decent, but what does it tell you that they spent a pick to go get Carlos Hyde and add the salary? What does that tell you about Fournette?
Well, they're both banged up. Yeldon and Fournette are banged up, so I think they need some kind of insurance policy.
Right.
I don't know.
And you get Hyde this week, and then he's on bye next week.
Right.
So it's that's an unexpected mess right there.
Yeah.
We didn't see that coming at all. Now I know if you drafted Hyde, you kind of knew Chubb was lingering back there, but you didn't think Hyde was going to get traded. That's a shock. And to Jacksonville.
Yuck.
Speaking of Jacksonville, Bortles is going to start this week, but there were rumors about Kessler getting the start there, and there's also rumors that they're looking for a quarterback.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Let's start the Eli Manning rumors this week. Let's get that started. Tom Coughlin runs Jacksonville. He likes Eli Manning. Eli could get one more shot. I don't think it's going to happen, but the rumors are going to be very hot and heavy this week about it.
Doug Marrone. That's Doug Marrone.
Doug
right?
Marone's the coach.
He said yesterday that the Jags quarterback position is, quote, open.
That we said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Open.
Open.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
But Bortles is going to start.
I know for the show, if
knows?
you watch the show The Good Place, you want Bortles there, because that's the running gag on that show. You ever see that?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I didn't catch the last one.
They have a running gag because one of the guys is from Jacksonville.
Oh,
he
that's
loves
funny.
Blake Bortles.
Oh, that's
I don't know what
so
they're gonna.
funny.
I don't know what they're gonna do on that show if Bortles is benched. That would change the whole gag and everything.
Oh, that's funny.
So Sonny Michel hurt, but it looks like not long term. Thank goodness for that.
Yep.
LaShawn McCoy, concussion protocol. Matt Breida just can't seem to finish games, but he's not really. He's just banged up, like his whole body.
Yeah, he just needs to sit out a week and heal his body.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yep.
I don't know what he's doing to take care of his body. I'm sure with all their staff there, he's doing as much as he possibly can, but I think he just needs to rest.
Okay. And that's why you pick up Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
But Breida's a good player when he's in there. So, surprise inactive Melvin Gordon.
Hamstring injury at
Yeah.
practice.
Got it on the plane.
That's so random.
Yeah. And then there was an early game. There were a lot of people that had Melvin Gordon still in their lineups. You know? They didn't change that in time.
It's Melvin Gordon. He's a little older, isn't he?
It's the 4th season, I think. He's midway
bad.
through his career.
Yeah.
And we got to keep an eye on that injury. You don't know what, hamstrings. I mean, look, hamstrings have killed Fournette and Dalvin Cook this year. So, hamstring injury for running backs, not good.
Well, he has a bye week this week, so
Yeah, so
that's
let's hope it's not bad.
in his favor.
And Gronk, as we've been joking, did not get out of bed, did not get on the plane to go to Chicago. Now, the word is that he's playing this week.
Yes.
So
He just
let's
had
hope.
a back spasm or something. I don't know.
He's got a history of back injuries.
Right.
It's not something that's another thing you got to keep an eye on.
Right.
So.
But I'm definitely not playing Cameron Brate. You're not going to play Charles Clay.
Boy, Cameron Brate's gotten a lot of play on this show this week. Yeah. Yeah. Like he's got the guy. I'm not playing Cameron Brate. I'm sure as hell not playing Cameron Brate.
Oh, jeez. Anyway. All right.
So it's time for our favorite new segment. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, Kenny. This is a PG show.
PG what?
Oh, jeez. This is, well, my boyfriend Sean and Kenny's girlfriend Kristen came over my house and we all watched the games and Kristen's just kind of sitting on her phone, and then Sean's cooking, and Kenny and I are just cussing at the TV. I had to turn to both of them and say, I'm really sorry. This is what Kenny and I do on Sundays. We cuss at the TV.
Yes, we do.
That's what we do.
And we say, are you kidding me?
Hey!
Right?
But we can't say it on the show because we'd like to have a PG rating.
Well, we can say it. We just have to have it bleeped out. Thank you to
Ken
Bulkey. Yes, I know, for
bleeping
doing that.
us.
So
What do you got?
here's what I got for you. I have a league where I'm slightly favored, and my opponent is out to lunch, leaves Melvin Gordon in his lineup, and not only that, he left Devontae Adams in his lineup.
Ooh.
And Devontae Adams is on bye.
Oh, where's this guy at?
Well,
He's crapping a bed?
here's what I have going this week. Last week, I start Sony Michel, 2 points.
Oh.
I start LaShawn McCoy,
Oh.
0.1 point.
Oh.
I start Peyton Barber, 3 points.
Everybody who crapped the bed.
I start the Buffalo defense, -2 points.
Oh, my
and
stomach.
I have Gronk, so I had to get him out of the lineup, and I put Gerald Everett in, 0 points. My team scored 62.12 points.
Womp, womp, womp.
And lost to a guy who had Melvin Gordon and Devontae Adams in his lineup. Are you f***ing kidding me?
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, Kenny. You can't do anything about it. It happens.
And I had Antonio Brown and James Conner on bye.
Oh,
What are you going to do?
yeah.
And Deion Lewis on my bench.
That is pretty bad. But there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I have one as well. Again, Kenny and I were texting at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm looking at the waiver wire, and I'm seeing Curse on there, and I'm thinking, Noon was out. This might be good. Maybe I'll put him in. I had like a couple options. I said, I think Curse might have a pretty good game. I put him in. 0 points. Not even a catch. Are you f***ing kidding me?
Mm-hmm. Curse cost me a league too. Cost me one. I originally had O.J. Howard in the lineup as a flex, who's been great. But I didn't want to start 2 tight ends because I have Njoku in the league. And so I had made a decision that I was going to put, if Curse was available, I was going to go get him.
Yeah.
And I got him.
I did too. It was on
And
waivers.
I lost that league by 8 points. And O.J. Howard's 11 points was on my bench.
Yeah.
I would have won.
Free agent. It's just looking you in the face like, pick me.
Yep.
I'm going to blow up this week. Nope.
Jet wide receivers, probably not a good play.
Yeah.
Not that Donald's been bad, but
I learned my lesson.
yeah, I'm learning too. Like, because Enunwa had those 2 good weeks. Robbie Anderson had 1 good week. It's like, you don't know what it's even going to be. It's like,
I know, but again, like you say in Oakland, someone has to get the ball.
Right.
But really?
Yeah.
Does someone have to get the ball? Not really.
Well, somebody's
Not
getting
if
it,
you
but you just don't know who it's going to be every week. Yeah, no, that's a disaster.
It should have been Curse.
Yeah. Another thing on are you whatever kidding me? Josh Rosen, what a week that was.
He crapped the bed.
He sure did. How about Justin Tucker missing an extra point that would have sent them to overtime?
Oh, the first one of his career.
Did you see his eyes?
We did. I did. We were sitting on the couch together with those same eyes.
Oh my God.
I think the whole country had those eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Did that seriously just happen?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I know. I feel bad for him.
I do too.
Why can't he miss his first kick when it's like 35-10?
Right.
Right?
Oh.
Unbelievable.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
It happens.
Look, I'm a Justin Tucker fan. I cannot be. So, all right, Chris, are you ready for your song?
It's Wednesday night. Who should you choose? Make the right choice so you win, not lose. Start or sit, start or sit, start or sit. What do we got this week on Start or Sit?
Jameis Winston or Kirk Cousins?
Is this for your team?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I made the wrong decision last week. I started Cousins.
I would still start Cousins. They play the Saints. They're going to put up a lot of points. Saints defense isn't that great. I trust Cousins more than I trust Winston. The matchup with the Cincinnati defense that Winston's going against has allowed the 4th most quarterback fantasy points.
And Mahomes just destroyed them this week.
Right. So, I don't know. I still say Cousins.
Ken Bolke, our resident Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Who are you starting? Jameis. It didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Jameis, too. I think Jameis is an every week starter.
Over Cousins?
Cousins is great. But
I know. He's got such a good receiving core, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa Bay,
But I think Jameis is top 10 the rest of the year. He really is. Jameis.
Do you trade him one of them?
I'm in that. This is a special points league. It's not beneficial to trade your backup quarterback in this league. Like, you can get really killed if one of your quarterbacks goes down and you don't have a backup. So in that situation, I'm definitely not trading either of them. In a normal league, yeah, I might trade one of them.
I have Luck and Stafford in my ESPN league.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of want to hold on to Stafford until
But it's 10-teamer, right?
the bye. Yeah.
Oh, you have the bye next week. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
But then do I drop him or do I trade him?
I don't think you can get anything for
Right,
Stafford.
exactly.
You can get something for Luck. But why would you trade Luck?
Right.
Right. And Andrew Luck's throwing the ball 40 times a game. You're not trading Andrew Luck.
It's funny because Andrew Luck kind of starts off slow in the games, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Luck's not going to have a good game. And then all of a sudden he's racking up 32 fantasy points.
Every game. That's prior to his injury, too.
Yeah.
He was like that years ago.
Yeah.
He says he's that guy. Mm-hmm. So you saying Cousins, I say Winston, Ken says Winston.
Going with Winston?
I'm going Winston.
All right.
Winston's been really good. Yeah.
We'll see.
How about one for your team? I brought this one up.
Jordy Nelson or Kenny Galladay?
Who are you starting?
I don't know, because the Raiders doesn't have Cooper anymore.
And they're playing the
But
Colts.
I just trust Galladay more than I trust Jordy Nelson. What do you think?
I'm starting Nelson. Especially since you have Tate on the team. That's your team with Tate. I'm starting Nelson. I wouldn't start Tate and Galladay against the Seattle Seahawks. Not that Seattle's great. I'd give Jordy a shot this week. They're playing the Colts.
I know, but have you seen Jordy's history? I know you have because you have him.
I know. He hasn't been good.
He's just one of those frustrating players.
He is, but they just traded Cooper. They got to throw the ball
because
somewhere.
Cooper was getting all the catches, wasn't he?
It's still about opportunity share. Somebody's going to get the ball. Somebody's going to get 10 targets there.
Kenny's
Not that Carr's any good.
You're getting so frustrated you're losing your voice. All right. Fine.
I don't know. Listen, don't take my advice because you'll lose. So, yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm 0-7 anyway. Does it really matter who I play? I
mean,
you
want to win.
Yeah. It matters, but all right. Fine.
I don't know.
I'll rethink it at 9:45 a.m. and make a decision. And now we have one that we both have, right?
Yeah, we both have this one.
All right. Chris Carson or Jordan Howard? Kenny?
Chris Carson against the Detroit Lions. Jordan Howard against the Jets.
Detroit defense allowed the 10 most fantasy points to running back. On the other hand, Howard is taking a little bit of a back seat to Tariq Cohen. That's sad.
Tariq Cohen's been really good, though.
I know, but that's sad
they found
for
something.
Howard.
It is. Well, but it's the way the offense is schemed there.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you really sit Jordan Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going Carson.
I think I am too.
My only fear with Carson is not Carson's going to get the ball. My fear with Carson is that he doesn't make it through a game because he's so injury prone. That's my only fear with Carson. But Carson is going to get 20 touches. You don't sit a guy with 20 touches. To me, that's
what.
It's
like
Carson.
we said that 2 weeks ago, and we put him in, and he crapped the bed.
Well, I'm still playing him. Detroit's defense is terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm playing Carson. I think the only way Carson does not produce is if he gets hurt. But I'm playing Carson over Howard right now.
All right. I have one too.
All right.
My friend that I work with, Eric.
Okay.
Pick two. This is a good one. He's got really good running backs.
Okay.
White, Mack, Connor, or Kamara.
You're not sitting Kamara.
And you're not sitting White.
No. Well, wait, you've Connor too.
Right, I know.
You sit Connor. Well, you can sit Mac. You have to sit Mac there. Mac's been great. But Mac had a great game. You got to sit him in that situation. He can't do 3?
You can't bench Connor. You can't bench James White.
You definitely can't bench James White this week.
Right.
When they're playing Buffalo and Sony Michel's out.
I know. I definitely say 100% White.
And Kamara. I'm never sitting Alvin Kamara under any circumstances. It's Alvin Kamara. I'm not sitting Alvin Kamara.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I look, you've got 3 running backs.
You're right.
You've got 3 running backs there that are going to get the ball 25 times.
You need to trade one of those,
Well,
Eric.
but no, because Connor might not be relevant soon. So, if Bell ever decides to show up.
True.
Right?
All right.
That's a tough boy. That's tough.
What?
But, look, it's a good problem to have. All 3 of them are probably going to produce.
Yeah.
White
and Kamara.
Yeah, I'm going White and Kamara too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we're saying. Good luck.
All right,
he took our advice last week, and he said, thank you for the advice.
Did he win?
He played Gordon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah. Speaking of Gordon.
Oh.
Josh Gordon, Nick Chubb.
Gordon. I kind of want to take the increase of playing time and what's the word I'm looking for?
The opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Chubb's got the same thing. It's, look, Chubb is a guaranteed 15 to 20 touches. Gordon is still in the New England offense that's got Gronk, Edelman, and Hogan.
This is for your flex, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say Gordon. I'm saying Chubb.
Is it a PPR?
Half point.
You're making this even more difficult.
Yeah, I know. Really hard.
Convince me. Why Chubb over Gordon?
Because Chubb, I absolutely 100% know is getting the ball. And Gordon, I don't know. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I take the guy that I 1,000% sure is getting the ball over the guy that I'm 50% sure is getting the ball. It's as simple as that. That's why I make the decision.
All right.
If it were like Tate, I'd do Tate in a heartbeat.
Okay, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like a guy I know that's going to get the ball.
Well, yeah.
It's not AJ Green, obviously. It's not the question.
This is why we're talking about
That's
this.
what we're
Because
talking about. Like Gordon,
it's such a hard one.
Gordon's been really, really good, but he's on an offense that's got options up the wazoo. And they may not need him this week against Buffalo.
It's a coin toss.
It is. Absolutely. I'm going Chubb. How about this trade offer? I don't know what to do with this. So I decided, I got a league here, 14-team PPR league. My only time ever playing a 14-team league. 14-team leagues are no joke, guys. If you play a 14-team league, there is utter garbage on waivers. So you need to make deals. You got to figure things out here. So I have a team that's now 11th in scoring. It started off 4-0, but even when it was winning by the skin of its teeth.
Oh, wow.
It's lost the last 3. We're 4-3. And the last 2 weeks has been either bottom or second to bottom in scoring. It's not a great team. Marvin Jones is my wide receiver 2. That says everything you need to know.
Eek.
Right? And Keelan Cole's my wide receiver 3. It's not good. I am stacked at running back, though. Elliott, Kerryon Johnson, Kenyon Drake. It's a lot of 2s, but I got depth at running back. I decided, let me put Zeke up and see what I get offered. Somebody offers me Nick Chubb and T.Y. Hilton for Ezekiel Elliott. What do you think?
Is it really going to improve your team?
Well, Hilton starts at wide receiver 2 every single week. Right. Absolutely, it improves my team because Marvin Jones has been nothing.
Okay, because you're lacking in wide receiver.
I have terrible wide receivers. My wide receivers are Stephon Diggs, Marvin Jones, Keelan Cole, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I mean, I got nothing at wide receiver.
I think. See, I don't know though about his team. I mean, it doesn't really matter about his team.
I don't care about his team. It definitely improves his team.
Yeah, because
he can make the deal.
Right, because he's getting Zeke, and
Yeah.
obviously going forward with the playoff runs coming up and everything, you're going to want to have that one player that's going to get you the points every single week.
Yes.
And you're giving that up, but you can afford to give that up.
Chubb got 14 this week. Hilton every week gets at least 10. He got 2 touchdowns this past week. Hilton's the guy.
Right.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal for both of you, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know what this guy's team looks like, but
It's a good deal for him for sure.
right.
He can make the deal.
Right.
It'll destroy his running back depth, but he can make the deal. I mean, in a 14 team league, depth is important, and I don't have it at wide receiver. I've been trying to make wide receiver deals for 3 weeks in this league, and nobody's making me a deal. But I decided let's put Zeke up and see what I get offered, and I got a good offer here.
He offered this to you?
Yes.
Oh. All right. I say do it.
Ken, what do you say?
I'm in.
He's
He's
doing
in.
it too.
Yeah.
Make the deal. I'm making
Make
the
the
deal.
deal.
Too. I'm making the deal.
Do it.
So hopefully we'll report on this next week. And I got Zeke on a bye this week, so I'm going to put 2 of them in the lineup this week.
Right.
So.
Nice.
And fantasy burial. Well, we don't really have a burial this week,
Oh.
but
that's a
I'm
good
going
thing.
to do instead a plea.
Oh.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to save the fantasy life of Blake Bortles. Don't bench Blake Bortles. I know he's terrible, but I watched The Good Place, and he's a great joke on that show every week. And he did lead you to the AFC Championship. So I plead to the fantasy gods and to the Jacksonville Jaguars and those of you in Superflex leagues who have to play Blake Bortles. Because if you're in a 1-quarterback league, you should not be playing Blake Bortles. But I play Superflex. And I have Blake Bortles in a league. And I have to play him.
Oh, this is why.
So I plead, do not bury Blake Bortles. Keep him alive.
Amen. On that note,
That concludes this edition of Our Vegas Fantasy. Thank you to Ken Bolke, our wonderful producer. And thank you to Mark Chinook and The Space, where we record every Tuesday for the rest of the year. Come see shows at The Space and come share our program.
please, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter, we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify. Just type Our Vegas Fantasy in any of these, and we will come up, and our smiling faces will give you all the fantasy advice you need.
And my name's Kenny Davidsen.
And I'm Christina Shaw.
See you next time.
Bye.